Welcome. Welcome back and welcome home. My name is Melissa and I will be your multi-density cosmic tour guide today. We are going to do a pick an Orgonite pile for a collective reading for piles 1, 2, or 3. And so I'll show you the choices of the Orgonite piles that you can choose from. Number 1. Number 2. And number 3. So take a deep breath with me and feel which one you resonate with, and we will go ahead and start with Orgonite pile number 1. And in Orgonite pile number 1, 2, and 3, we have, I chose cards from different decks and to bring us a collective picture of what's going on in that frequency. And the one that you resonate with, if you resonate with one, we're going to start with wait. You ever feel like something's coming? Like, I feel like a lot of you in this Orgonite pile number 1 are ready. It's coming. You can feel it. And it's not quite there sometimes. And I feel like there's something big coming for you now. There's a large, huge, enormous shift as you come out of the lower matrix, and it's time to wait a little bit for the real open door, the real truth, which is coming for you, and that's what you asked for. I feel like some of you in Orgonite pile number 1 know it's not quite time yet, and yeah, on the card it says, it is not time yet, things are being woven. The bigger picture being woven in. So I'm excited for you because it feels like this is so big, and it feels like it's life-changing, and it feels like it's just new earth happy. There's something very rich about this. There's something very abundant about this energy for pile number 1. And it feels like it's just safe and serene for you to wait. And some of you might need a little bit of rest if you haven't been resting very well. There's, I feel like there's some of you are dreaming and having some good like inklings and downloads coming in. And it feels like to me there's a big, happy shift into the lightness of being where it just felt like it was so stuck and stagnant for a really long time. So wait, it's your first card. Then I chose 2 from the Medicine Wheel deck, or Woman. Let's see what we've got. I didn't look at all the cards before I started. I've got 9 of Pipes and 9 of Bowls, 2 9s. You know what that means? That's like total completion and wholeness, full circle wholeness. And both of these are really, really good cards. So the 9 of Pipes in the regular tarot would be 9 of Wands. But look at this. It's almost like a phoenix rising. So he worked really hard. He doesn't know. He's asking for help. Or she. And it's built in that golden energies coming in that eagle. All that yellow energy, creative energy is coming in. So your creation is happening in that flying above, in that like cleansing and clearing of that creative yellow chakra that you have, the solar plexus. It feels like it's really strong, and you have messages coming in as you're waiting, and you're continuing to finish and complete pieces, cycles, all kinds of things in your life. And then I've got the Nine of Bowls. That would be the Nine of Cups on the traditional tarot deck. And look, as they're going forward on this beautiful, serene water, and they can see the mountains, and there's 1, 2, 3. Everything is in order, and full circle has happened, and there's a balance that every wish and dream come true, and your divine masculine and feminine together. So this is such a big shift for you. I'm so excited. Like it's beyond. I think it's beyond what you can imagine. Like, you should expect some miracles, really. And if you can't remember what that feels like, or what you really love or like or passionate about, feels like there's a huge awakening coming about. Your heart opening up, and your everything that you've worked for all of your whole entire lifetime, or maybe many lifetimes, coming to fruition in different ways and angles than we would have ever imagined. Let's see. And the next one is a Lucy Cavendish deck called Hidden Worlds. Healing the Earth. Love, humility, and respect. I love these beautiful cards. These images are so beautiful. There's also that truth on the healing the earth, and these many bandwidth layers, this being, higher self, this divine being that you are, is touching the earth and feeling that cosmic Christ in every way. It's still, I want to talk like almost like quietly, because it's serene. It's not really a secret, but it feels like your secret truth is getting ready to unfold inside of you, and it feels very loving and unity and harmonious and happy and serene and peaceful, and again rich and fulfilling. And it feels like every aspect of what you always wanted inside is going to come together in alignment. And that's what you're waiting for. It's coming, it's coming, it's coming. And the truth is that it's already you. That is your truth. But here on earth, it takes a minute. It takes a minute to get to sometimes. And I feel like you will be so surprised and so happy beyond all comprehension. I think some of you are going to really make some good money, even though in the outer world, everything is expensive, at least here in the United States. And it just seems like there's doom and gloom hanging in different areas. But it doesn't feel like that for you. It feels like you are in that 5D and higher perspective. It's all of the densities that you are cleansing and clearing out, and embracing and balancing and aligning, and being coded in this new era, the divine blueprint for you. So it feels like so many things like that you were always meant to be, always meant to have, always meant to receive, always meant to give, always meant to know, are coming into alignment all at once. And you walk through that golden age door, and your wishes and dreams come true, even things that you didn't know you wanted. So the next card I've got for you is from the little dolphin cards, and it says laughing out loud. You're waiting and waiting, being quiet and being quiet, and soon it's time to laugh out loud. And you might be doing that at home, like laughing and giggling inside. You might have taken a couple days to yourself, or not told people anything, as you're readjusting whatever it is, mind, body, spirit, soul, pieces about your life, going over things, reminiscing, and being in gratitude. And I feel that laughing out loud has a lot to do with being grateful and enjoying every second of your life and what has been, as well as what you can feel, what you've been waiting for coming. You know, I feel a lot of magicians in this pile, this deck, because it feels like it's just so, like, coming into the vortex, the 0 point. This is the spark of creation in you. Let's see. We got a starseed card for our last card, and it's stillness. Reflect on this moment with love, kindness, and compassion. Little cosmic Christ in the stillness, in the 0 point, the void, the vortex. While you're laughing out loud, you're gonna feel it all, just so stable and so surreal in some ways. This feels so beautiful. I feel like what you're waiting for might be a next move, a choice, many choices. And I feel like in Orgonite pile number 1, feels like that you have a lot of strength and it's harmonizing inside while you're waiting for the final result of all of the hard work that you've done. Really good job. It feels so strong I can even like barely see it. So I'm so excited for you. Just feels so true, whole, harmonious, balanced, truth, divine masculine and feminine together. This feels like a different kind of stable, secure fulfillment. So thank you very much, Orgonite pile number 1. I've enjoyed working with you today, and I thank you for the likes, shares, and subscribes, and enjoy the new steps, the new shifts, because they're just for you. Okay, Orgonite pile number 2. See what we got for you. See what we've got. I'm really excited. I didn't look at any other cards I pulled, but I pulled from several different decks. And the first one is a Starseed deck by Rebecca Campbell. And looks like we've got all paths lead home. Looks like she's going in on the path in a little labyrinth, going all the way around and finding different answers and balances and different things that she needs along the way. She's dancing and she's feeling the streaming light coming in. All paths lead home. Inner authority, your sovereignty is stabilizing. And your intuition, turn your gaze within. All paths lead home. I feel like many of you are coming home. I feel like you feel like a new level of home in you already, but it feels like there's more. It feels like there's knowledge and wisdom and understanding and truth that's even better than you ever imagined that's coming in now. And it feels like even if it shifts a lot and it's uncomfortable during the shift, I know all of us have those moments where it just feels like everything's falling apart, that you just like that was true yesterday is not today. And it feels a little bit uncomfortable, but I'm feeling like your path is the right one for you and your unique, true starseed self. It feels like it's really rewarded in these next days, weeks, and months with your perseverance and your looking in the mirror at yourself in that deep, deep truth healing. So congratulations. I do feel like some of you are going to travel and possibly move and possibly remember like who you want to be around or where you want to be. Maybe like around soul tribes, soul families, and how we can do it differently, how we can treat each other differently in ways that will be best for all. So congratulations on that. All paths lead home. The next cards I got are from the Medicine Woman deck. And I chose 2, and let's see what they are. We've got a Apprentice of Arrows, and we've got the Pierced Shield, the Tower. Huh, interesting. So if it feels like this Apprentice of Arrows would be the Knight of, or the Page of Swords, pardon me, in the traditional tarot deck. So it feels like learning and growing and learning and growing. As you take your aim, look at that. I was looking to see the phoenix, and there's this full circle going on. And you've got a creation or creativity, spark of creativity or creation, and heart opening up as you point toward the right direction and are led in the right direction with the truth. And it brings things that have fallen apart or may seem to fall apart in the next days, weeks, or months into full divine order. So we got threes. So if some of you like the number threes or have been seeing the number 3, there's that phoenix again, phoenix rising, and the eagle and that tower card. It just feels like it's the pierced part doesn't feel so terrible. There's a turtle and a blooming flower. It feels like your heart's going to open up because of what could be unpleasant or to learn the truth about, but it feels like it's the rising phoenix is what you're working on. So you're like, you're in the middle of just standing up in who you really are. And that truth brings in every angle, in every way, this rising phoenix. And I can feel the light shining in, and some of you receiving your angel wings. I love this. And talk about medicine. There's this lightning energy where I don't feel like this is too bad for you, pile number 2. Your strength comes in really cool, different ways. And it feels like that you're a little bit quiet, but it feels like you also are in training for the, the big step forward. Again, some of you might be possibly moving or changing something in your circumstances and surroundings. If you are worried at your job, career, household, circumstances, it feels like that's going to be realigned and readjusted. I know some of us are going through times where we're pulling out old pieces of trauma, and it feels like some of you are doing that, and we'll never look the same. We'll never go back to those traumatic places. You just can't. You're the risen phoenix, and in many aspects, and those angel wings are part of the bandwidth layers, and those, the layers and layers and layers of who you are. And it feels like there's just something like passionate and awesome. And you can, many of you will be seeing some signs in nature. So it could be like I was driving down the street the other day and I saw two enormous owls together in the middle of the afternoon, pretty high up. And I had to stop and talk to them. And it helped me so much regroup and realign. And it was really a precious moment, a God moment. So I feel like you will have some of those and just out of nowhere, some downloads. And remember, even if you can't feel it yet, even if it feels really like, will I ever make it? You're the rising phoenix. You are. And I feel many, many, many layers of beautiful, streaming Christed light coming in. It feels like your path is being cleared. It's like the torches in front of you. Path's being cleared. The light's in front of you. So you can follow. Next, I chose the Hidden Worlds, a card from the Hidden Worlds Lucy Cavendish deck. And I got 2 for only pile 2. So I got 2 of those, and we'll see what they are. The pathway. Direction, purpose, and change. Direction, purpose, and change. Exactly what we're talking about. Look at that bridge. Look at that lightning light. Lighting the way. Look at that magical, mystical truth coming in. And I like this little waterfall part. But this person knows their path, even if it is, like you don't know what's at the end of the path, but you know. So I feel like that's really powerful. And this change that you are going through, your transformation of sorts, is the biggest ever. And direction and purpose, I feel like you'll know. And I feel like you'll realize that you're already in your direction and purpose. And you'll know how to do it. The next one out of the Hidden Worlds cards is Tree of Souls, Collective Wisdom, Kinship Group, and Library. I feel like that Orgonite pile number 2, many of you are consciously working on the generational patterns and curses and the imbalances in us. And you're coming into love. To read the Akashic Records or see the book and tree of life, you have to have a resonance of love. And we're going to call those maybe different things as the years go by in those higher realms, those higher love realms. But it feels like you're connected in that higher love, and you can see what we need to do to reorganize your destined true divine plans in order so that you're receiving it on that true path. Look at that path, that cosmic Christ path, right to your divine destiny, your divine plan, and divine blueprint. This change is so cool. There's things that you can't see all the way, but it feels like that you will. It feels like that you're receiving messages from Spirit all the time. And it feels like you'll see how to rebuild or nourish your tree of life. And maybe many of you want to check into like Akashic Records reading or clearing your Akash or things like that a little bit more, because I feel like you're just masterful at these things. Pile number 2, Tree of Souls. And all the wisdom and knowledge and truth that you ever needed, all of it is here for you in the pulse. And you keep nourishing that in pure love, and you can access any of it at any time. Your destiny is upon you. Okay. The next cards we got are the little dolphin cards, and let's see what we've got. Caution, nets ahead. Dolphin cards. Caution, nets ahead. So as we go back and we look back over your pile 2 reading, it feels like to me there are a few things like the tower and maybe something that you weren't expecting that feels icky. But in truth, you'll be recognizing the nets, which have been in the atmosphere, the collective atmosphere. Those the powers that were have been putting things that feel or look like energetic nets over us in the last weeks and months. And it's been kind of heavy. And I feel like you go, oh no, I don't really want that. So you you remove that and move that dome of nets that are trying to catch you into feeling bad or feeling in those lower energies. And I feel like you go, no thanks, I will be rising above this, and I am the golden phoenix rising. And I feel like your discernment is pristine. And as you take aim and keep learning and waking up and keep realigning in your whole tree of life, it feels like it's never ending coolness. This is opening up the doors to opportunities that you never knew you had. It feels like more emotional and mental in some ways, so deep you just know that you know. And I feel like this is this psychics pile. It just feels like it's so strong. And then the last card I got is a starseed card, and it's patience. I'm hearing Guns N' Roses' Patience from the 90s. I was telling someone the other day how I went to a Guns N' Roses concert one time, and the Jumbotron was all over the place. I was on the Jumbotron 100 times. Patience. Be patient and allow destiny to unfold at its own pace. Is this magical? Little cosmic Christ for you right there. In the energy. the color and the tone and the frequency. So it feels like overall, Orgonite pile number 2 feels like that you have such beauty in you and knowing already wisdom and truth. And it feels like that the alignment to your destiny is slower than you want sometimes, but it feels like in many layers of who you are, it feels like that there's finally success and victory, and it's royal and beautiful, and it feels strong, and it feels like you're coming into alignment. All your work will pay off, and even if it feels like it's all crumbling still and just falling apart, those are those pieces of that lower matrix, and you can stand up and rise up, and your path is just shining. And I feel like it's just really, really smooth. Part of this is a lot of fragmented pieces. I don't know if you've been working on generational patterns really deeply, consciously, but it feels like part of you have called back your power, called back the fragmented pieces. So we would call that a soul retrieval in the shamanic terms or practices. And I feel like you are doing that new earth shamanic practices and Book of Life and Akash and clearing it out. And so the things that were blocking or had invaded or trying to pull you away are coming back into alignment. So good job. Orgonite pile number 2. Many blessings. And I thank you for all the likes and the shares and the comments and the questions. And it just makes my heart happy. And I send you just a big hug and a lot of blessings of your highest good, whatever that may be today. Are you ready? Orgonite pile number 3. That's a little precarious, looking great there. Pile number 3. I chose some cards from different decks. I haven't looked at them yet. And the first one we're starting with is the Starseed card by Rebecca Campbell. So let's see what we got. Lifting the veil. So pile number 3 feels like that you've been seeing and having downloads and having just sparks of inspiration and just learning in a different way. So it says lifting the veil. I just want to breathe that in like the truth. There's that streaming Christ, true Holy Spirit coming right through for you as the veil is lifted. And it says questioning everything. Anything unaligned must go. I think many of you are going through this where you go, I love that experience or those people or the way I do this or how this has happened. But it feels like it's not aligned with my next steps. And not that you have to just run away and flip everybody off, but it feels like you can do it a different way and cleanse and clear and come into this next cycle. So the next cycle I feel like is just fully open. Your intuition, your discernment, your truth is right on. And you'll feel that streaming Christed light, that Holy Spirit moving through you. I just feel like you know everything. Wisdom, truth, knowledge, knowing. I love it. You know, all the years I was watching people have different kinds of awakenings and find their gifts and talents and abilities in different ways. And I just thought it was so beautiful. I feel like this is like your Christed state of being, and it feels like you're all lit up in all your energy centers, like your chakras and the many other chakras that we have. We have so many, but I feel like you're connected with the skies and that source creator lightness of being, like that truth, as well as in the earth. And if you're off out of balance, not or ungrounded a little bit, it feels like that's what's going to occur in the next days and weeks. It feels like you get to have grounding almost like a little bit of rest. Like it won't be so much effort. You know that feeling when you're in survival mode and you got to go to work and you got to get kids everywhere and you got to make sure this is happening and you don't know if you're going to have enough money and and how do we experience this, and why didn't so-and-so love me, and why didn't they say this differently, or all that kind of stuff. It just feels like the veil has been lifted and that is no longer happening, and it's not a survival mode anymore. So many parts of you are becoming so free that it cannot get near you. We remember, we go back into almost like traumatized thinking or remembrance. I know I have, I know most of us have, but I feel like it's just lasting a second. And you breathe and the veil lifts and you step forward and it feels like you're home in so many ways. So it feels like your deliverance and freedom. Home. So the next one is the Medicine Women cards that I chose 2 for each pile. And this next one is the Exemplar of Arrows. The Exemplar of Arrows would be the Queen of Swords. So in that we can say there are things that we can gently and kindly cut away, so that our wisdom and knowledge and truth can bring us closer to our, not only our whatever we can cut away, whatever that can help our inner child and our children and our friends, family, and loved ones around us. And there are things that we're going to be able to learn, and everything else will be out of the way. So the Queen of Swords in this one, or the Exemplar of Arrows, has that deep knowing, mental ability, teaching. So many of you are teachers in this category. And there's the Great White Buffalo. And I feel like the earth, that golden energy that's going to be recognized as our eyes open and that veil lifts. It feels like you will be able to teach in a different way and share your story, share your life, and what you know with the young people, and make sure they're protected. Because I always say, and just see this just extremely strong, that the young people deserve better than we had, and to be safer. And they are, and they will be in a lot of cases, in most cases. But you get to bring that to even our inner child and the old people. So I feel like there's a lot of creativity as that, veil is lifted. It feels like that your creation, your co-creation with Source, and that Christed energy just flows through you easily. And the other one is 4 of Bowls. I love this. It's almost like contemplation, wishing, and being reminded what's written in the stars. So the 4 bowls in the traditional deck would be the 4 of Cups, and there's that divine blessing that we're not sure if we see, not sure if we have it, our eyes aren't open, and it's filling up this jug, the ultimate blessing and the ultimate gift, as we remember, and things are swept away, and cords are cut away that were not helping. And remember, you can't cut cords with pure love. So it feels like we might perceive things differently, and perceive some of our friendships or relationships differently, and have a really deep thankful gratitude and remembrance of how it used to be, and a recalibration of divine truth. I feel like the intuition, the psychic abilities, the downloads, the codes, the ancient wisdom, this is almost like Lemurian energy right here, coming in, that could bring us the truth, the good parts, the wisdom, the knowledge, the codes of the true divine plan in this space that we're in. And you're free. I can feel freedom for all of you. So the next one I have is a card from the Hidden Worlds deck, Lucy Cavendish, and it is, look at that, You made it. The things I'm seeing in this are just that you made it. You could have the full capacity that your divinity can move the mountains, cast out demons, and help heal. So I still feel the teacher in you, but the mountain lights, light beings, portals, subtle energies. So as the veil is lifted, the mountain lights, the truth comes in, that cosmic Christ comes in, and we are going to connect with all these different densities that we couldn't access before because our consciousness was cut, and that's being reversed. So everything that's been done to you, this is almost like a justice or a balancing card. Everything that was stolen, everything was hurt in you. It feels like it's to be recovered and restored and relieved and rebirthed and rebooted. And it feels like here's your ancient tree of truth, and balanced and grounded. And as you're grounded, that cosmic truth comes to you. And again, all your magical, mystical, true abilities, your Holy Spirit in you, your divinity is so much in order and balance that it's the mountain lights you'll be able to understand. So many of you in pile number 3 are a little bit cosmic like me, so the star seed in you will recognize what these things mean. And it feels like that your true soul family and star families, which could be many, you'll be able to hear them, and you'll hear them inside, and you might have some experiences like I've been taking some people on some practice UFO tours lately, and we're going to have a big go of it this weekend. And it's just, we can feel it coming, the calling in the light and being protected and safe, and learning what the divine universe around us and in us, our divinity, has to teach us. It feels like it's coming. And there's a connection with all of your soul tribe and soul families and kindred spirits. It just feels like it's like you're just realigned and in tune where you belong. The mountain lights will lead you. And I think some of you might even do like a little bit of, like if you have doorbell cameras or cameras around, like if you just checked them out a little bit, you might see some orbs or some lights. And we can't really prove it, but they could be your divine celestial beings, like your big universal celestial beings, the higher love celestial beings. So that's really cool. They know you, you know them. It's just we can't remember. And they don't need bodies. Sometimes they'll show us with sparks of light. And there's nothing to fear, and you will know. And God, source creator, will let you know if everything is safe and comfortable, and you'll have these cool signs along the way, lots of cool signs. So I'm also chose a card from the Dolphin deck. Cool. And your message is nurturing the young, teaching. You have a teacher's heart. That true wisdom is really strong in you, and I'm really excited for you because it feels like this is like destined, and it feels like it makes your heart happy, and it feels like you get to lead by example, and you get to hold hands with your other soul tribes, young and old, and help people heal. So I don't know if many of you are healers and are really helping people in these next years in different ways find healing in their inner child. But I also feel like some of you are just going to be around children and be able to teach the children in really cool, wise ways. So they might be calling you the old ancestors, or the mothers and fathers and the grandmothers and grandfathers, and that'll be pretty cool. Get this. I think this pile also denotes a lot of the way we learn, the school system, the old ways that are so like red tape and so old school, It feels like those are going to dissipate and turn into the new system. And the new system will bring us ways that we can learn in ways that are best for each of us so much quicker, and we'll have so much information so deeply. And the last card I've got for you is a starseed card, and it is Channel. You know, with the mountain, the mountain lights card, that's like channeling as well. So all of you are channels to this source, creator energy, and it feels like in your own way that's right for you, you will know God will lead you and help you become even better teachers with every step. Channel. You are a channel through which healing energy reaches the world. Well said. Well said, Pile 3. You already know. And it feels like you're channeling and downloads and information and coding and activating wherever you go in all kinds of different ways. It feels like it's really gorgeous and beautiful. And what you've been working toward will come in a beautiful way and present itself. And you'll be able to see and watch those mountain lights. And if you're not around mountains, watch the lights come, and the orbs and the truth. Your divine beings will come in different ways. Your teams, your loved ones, and celestial beings. And I'm just really, really, really grateful I got to work with you today. And thank you for all the likes, shares, and subscribes. Orgonite pile number 3. And I love you and I thank you. And I send many blessings and hugs to you as well. And until we meet again next time, I